All right, so this is my stock market income report for the month of August. I ran the report for all the activities for the month of August in my Questrade account. So when you buy a stock, how do you make income from a stock? The only way you can make income from a stock is if it pays dividends or if you sell it a little bit later at a higher price, and that profit that you make, you can consider it as income. My way of making income from the stock market is by writing covered calls on stocks that I buy. So I'll buy a stock and then right away I'll sell a call option against that stock. And that premium that I collect from selling that call option, I consider that as income. At the same time, if that stock ends up paying dividends during the period that I bought the stock at, well then I'll collect a dividend as well. So that's my two sources of income from the stock market, is dividends and the call premiums that I collect when I sell call options against the stock that I buy. And also some option selling strategies like iron condors and credit spreads where I don't even have to buy the stock. I simply sell an option strategy which allows me to collect a premium simply by picking a range where the stock will trade in within a certain period. If it stays within that range for that period, I keep that premium. If it goes outside that range at expiration, then I'm in trouble. So these are my sources of income when trading on the stock market. Total income received for the month of August. All right, so let's first look at dividends received for the month of August. So I'm only going to select dividends. So you can see a total of 165 Canadian, and it comes from $46 from Bristol Myers, $72 from Vodafone, $16 from DFN, $17 from FTN, $11 from American Airlines, and $2 from SNC. I no longer own Vodafone, DFN, or FTN, so I won't be receiving these dividends anymore. And Bristol Myers, well, we'll see what happens, but Bristol Myers is a stock that I own to write covered calls against, and I just happened to own it during a period where it paid a dividend, and guess what? Got an extra $46, not bad. Now, in terms of call premiums collected, all right, so Activision, I was closing a trade, so I'm not going to include it. NVIDIA, all right, so NVIDIA was a call premium that I received. As you can see here, it says $18.54, but I bought the stock at $165, I believe, to sell a call strike at $155. So my max selling price is $155. So I have to remove the difference. So I bought the stock at $165.45, but my strike is $155. So I'm going to remove about $10, so $1,000. So from here, I'm going to remove $1,000. So yeah, it's about $524 Canadian in potential profit or income. ACB is a stock that I sold. I got out of it, so I'm not going to include that. So Dell is a stock that I bought and then sold a call option at $253, and I bought the stock at $52.81 and I sold a $52.5 strike. So I need to remove about $30 from this here to get the premium that I actually keep. So I'll remove the price of the stock that I paid. So for Dell, it's a potential premium profit, potential premium collected of $213. Well, I already collected it, and it looks like I will end up keeping it because the stock is going to stay below 52.5. DFN is sold. So this here is most likely an iron condor. So I don't remember if it's closing one or opening one, but we'll see here. But from the premiums collected, so it shows me a premium of $127. So collected $127 here from this iron condor on the SPY. So this is the option selling strategy that I was telling you about, where I simply pick a range where I think the stock will trade at, and if the stock stays within that range come expiry date, I keep the premium that is collected from selling that trade. So Square, I bought it at 69, but I sold a call option at a 70 strike. So I actually have a potential to collect an extra dollar if Square is trading above 70. It doesn't look like it's going to be trading above 70, but in return, I collected $503, and this I keep. So I'm just going to remove the price of the stock. So I collected $500 Canadian from Square. So Uber, I bought the stock and I sold a call option collecting $287, all mine. Vodafone is a stock that I sold. So Work is a cover call trade that I placed, but I ended up closing early because I didn't trust it. I think I made a small profit. We'll see here right now. Yeah, I made a $38 profit on Work. I think it was 1 or 2 weeks. I just wanted to get out of it. Activision Blizzard. This one looks like a new trade that I opened. But as you can see here, it looks like I sold it. So if I combine both of them, made a $160 profit. And as you can see from the date, I entered the trade August 7th. I got out August 12th, August 13th. So $160 in 1 week with Activision. So Macy's here was a new purchase I made as you can see, I bought the stock in 19. I sold at a 20 strike, and I definitely regret it because the stock dropped all the way down to 14 or 15 after. So I'm going to remove the price that I paid for the stock, but this is the premium that I collected for Macy's. So $135 from Macy's. Netflix, I was probably closing out a trade. So this one shows a $194 loss on Netflix. SPY here, same thing, closing out a trade, showing a $300 loss. So Bombardier here is a new trade that I made, collected $53 in premiums. AMD here is a trade that I was closing, probably a trade that I opened in July. So I'm gonna remove this here. Activision here is the same trade that I closed for the trade that I opened up earlier. So Mattel, I got into Mattel, bought the stock, and this is the call premium that I collected, $88. Weight Watchers, had to buy back the call option, but then I sold at the same strike some more call option. So the difference is a $135 credit. American Airlines, I bought some more American Airlines, collected $186 premium. So Grubhub, I ended up rolling the call option, and which ended up giving me a $257 credit. And this seems like a put credit spread that I opened, collecting $97 on the SPY. Yeah, so this is the one I was telling you. So this is the one I mentioned in the earlier video. I just need the SPY to stay above 277 to keep the full profit of $97. Elbrand rolled over the call option, collected $91. Yeti rolled over the call option, collected $190. On the SPY here, sold another put credit spread expiring September 13. As long as the SPY stays above 275, collected $117 Canadian. So this was the Work here is the trade that I closed earlier. Netflix, don't want to talk about Netflix, but it's going to be a big time loss if we just add it all up together. So this one shows $186 profit, but there's probably more Netflix at the bottom here. So if we just go ahead and combine them all, which I don't want to, yeah, you can see it here, $1,200 loss. So that's going to kill me for sure. If I didn't have this trade, I would have been way better off. That's why I think I'm not going to trade iron condors anymore on stocks because of their crazy movements. So this seems like an NVIDIA call option that I rolled over, collected $264. Looks like I rolled it over for an extra week. So Six Flags is a trade that I closed early. I'm just going to remove it here. So Unit is a trade that I closed as well, but the opening trade is in July, so it doesn't show here. So the income or the premium collected from Unit shows in the July statement. So I'm just going to remove it from here. I've got Bristol Myers here, collected $40 in premium. Dell collected $205 in premiums. So this is in addition to the first one that I collected up here, $213. Mattel collected another $84 in premium. Then as you can see here, I bought some more NVIDIA. This time at 169, but again, picking a strike of 155. So I have to remove about $14 from the premiums that I collected. SNC collected $19. I've got a put credit spread on the SPY that I probably was closing. So lost $55. So this looks like an iron condor that I closed from last month. So I closed it for $58. So Zillow is a new trade that I made, collected $342. I bought the stock at 35.23 and I sold a 34 strike. So I need to remove $1.23 from the premium that I collected. So it's actually only $178 premium that I collected from Zillow. I've got this put credit spread on Tesla where I collected $124. As long as it stays above 200 come September 20th. Got a $7 premium from American Airlines. So these are two put credit spreads that I ended up closing early. So they show a $250 loss. This is more Netflix. So this is the last NVIDIA trade I made in August. So I got into this trade at 163.75, but I sold at a 155 strike, collected $1,700. But of course I need to remove the difference of the price and the strike. So I need to remove about $875 from the premium that I collected because I'll be selling my shares lower. So minus $875. So I actually collected $546 Canadian from NVIDIA. And the SPY here is just a bunch of iron condors or credit spreads. In total gives me about $111. Uber collected $25 by selling another call premium. EWZ is a cover call trade that I got into with a strike of 37, but I bought the stock at 38.67. So I need to remove $167 from the premium that I collected. So that gives me $142 collected from EWZ. Collected $12 from FCX. American Airlines is another trade that I placed. Collected $169 from American Airlines. AMD as well is a new trade, but I bought the stock at 30, but I sold at 28.5. So I need to remove about $150 from the premium collected. If I had kept a 30 strike, I would have collected much more premium, but I wanted to give myself downside protection. So $153 from AMD, $11 from CHK, $12 from Goodyear Tire, $8 from Halliburton, $18 from Kraft Heinz, $18 from Macy's, $5 from Neo, $28 from Teva, $26 from United States Steel, and then finally an iron condor on the gold ETF, collecting $138. So now total premiums for the month of August, including that major Netflix loss, is $34.78, as you can see here. So if I didn't have that Netflix loss, I would have been probably up to $4,600 about. So that's very frustrating. So $3,400 in income just from call premiums, $34.78 plus the dividends of about $165 minus the interest that I paid to use my margin account, $661. So yeah, so it's about $2,982 in income received from my stock market trades for the month of August. If I didn't make that stupid Netflix iron condor, let's say we add back $1,200, could have been at $41.82 for the month of August. But I ended up being at $29.82. And let's say I've got about $140,000 invested, all of it not being mine, of course, some of it is on margin. So just to see what kind of return that gives me. So it's about a 2% return per month. For the month of August, for the capital that's actually used, I got a return of about 2%, an income return. Just wanted to break down my income from the stock market for the month of August and where exactly it comes from. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Like always, if you're going to open an account with Questrade to trade on the stock market, use my referral code in the description below the video to get up to $250 back. Thanks for watching.